carbon tax is back in the conversation, but hold on, it may not be the carbon tax you are thinking of. Yes, it's true, there are developments on the front when it comes to the national federal carbon tax that Justin Trudeau is planning to ram down the throats of unwilling provinces. Latest developments being Ontario Premier Doug Ford confirming, yes, we are in fact going to take this fight all the way up to the Supreme Court of Canada. So you got 3 provinces, Ontario, Saskatchewan, Alberta, all itching for this fight. Meanwhile, a lot of questions about what is going to happen in the months ahead as the federal Liberals review the carbon tax. Justin Trudeau seems like he's doubling down on his approach to climate change, so is this thing going to increase? Well, a lot of internal documents suggest yes, it will have a review coming up soon in the coming years, and we'll see the carbon tax maybe double, maybe triple, who knows. But we may also see the number of carbon taxes double or triple. Really? What am I getting at? Well, Sue Ann Levy at the Toronto Sun found a really interesting document. The City of Toronto decided to declare a climate emergency, like every other government in the Western world is for some reason doing, and they created an action plan. And part of that action plan involved cobbling together these discussion papers for different groups and organizations to talk about the options that they can have moving forward, ways that they can deal with this supposed climate emergency. And lo and behold, one of them is a climate tax added on to the regular property tax bills. That's right, homeowners all across the City of Toronto could see themselves having to pay a municipal carbon tax. Now, obviously, the algorithm won't be the same as the federal carbon tax, or who knows, maybe it will. I mean, you give these guys an idea, you give them an inch, they will take a mile. So who knows how they will calculate this darn thing if they go ahead with it. And I have learned, consistent with my favorite line, that there's nothing more permanent than a pilot project. If you've got these ideas being floated around in some of these discussion papers, well, you can think maybe it's a fait accompli. I mean, this is wild to think there could actually be a municipal carbon tax, and you think the people of Toronto would stand up and rise up against it, but who knows? The original idea of the federal carbon tax that Justin Trudeau is now so proudly doubling down on, well, that was initially a controversial idea. Stéphane Dion campaigning on something similar with the green shift about a decade ago. People said, no, we don't want this at all. Looks like a tax on everything, and lo and behold, we now have the tax on everything all across Canada. Municipal carbon tax, federal carbon tax, well, maybe bring in a provincial carbon tax, and then you can have 3 different climate tax, carbon tax things happening all across the country. I know this is just the City of Toronto and is just in a discussion paper, but this can be a bit of a canary in a coal mine. Things that happen in cities like New York, big cities, Toronto, they later set the tone and the agenda for the whole rest of the country. So, wow, people of Toronto, be ready for this. Coming to a community discussion near you, and people all across Canada, well, watch out. You may be next.